Welcome to the Do Everything with Love podcast, where we are creating a community, learning, growing, and engaging our world around relevant discussions sourced from books read for creatives in today's culture. Love God, love people, do everything with love. All right, so we got to my right, your left, Stephen Waddy. To my left, we have my brother Myron Mullen. We have my good friend here, Amber Liverpool. Or I'm sorry, Amber. What's your Najee? I don't wanna. Evanima. Amber.
Amber Butcher now.
Amber Liverpool Evanima.
Evanima. I said it was close. Give me a break. Evanima. Amber Liverpool Evanima.
Second place is still losing.
First loser. Anyways, and yours truly, David Warren. We'll edit that out. But anyways,
No, keep it going with that.
anyways, yeah. So we are your Do Everything with Love crew.
Yes. Let's see how everyone's doing this week. Let's start with. Who wants to go first? I'll say Amber.
There we go. I've been continuing with CrossFit.
Oh, nice.
Oh, we had.
Y'all can probably see my muscles.
Yeah.
You know,
Muscles.
my muscles coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, just trying to like make.
Oh, I see a little bit of tricep. Look at that.
Yeah. Look at that.
I see a shadow.
Look at
Baby shadow.
Yeah. And so now, you know, just incorporating the walking in. You know, just making sure I stay slim. I don't want to be all bulky and muscular. I still want to look like a lady. Ain't nothing wrong with looking like a lady. So, yes. CrossFit for me. I go 5 times. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the last name?
Evanima.
No, I'm joking.
Mr. Evanima does like it. Yeah, that's me. And
how's CrossFit?
I go 5 times a week.
You go 5 times?
Yes.
Yeah, you do have to go like 5
Get your money's
times.
worth though.
Monday through Friday,
It's not
guys.
She's crazy.
Do y'all know how much I pay a month?
I don't want to know.
No, I know CrossFit is expensive.
All right. So, yeah, I go 5 times a
You
week.
getting your money's worth. We know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what's up.
But it's good. It's
Okay.
good.
That's what's
Really
up. So you
enjoying
feeling
the
in shape, in tip-top shape? You feeling good?
I do. It's getting closer and closer to the time until I go to Nigeria. I'm going to actually try to find a CrossFit in Nigeria.
Okay.
In Abuja.
Do you do like the CrossFit pull-ups where it's like that?
Kipping.
Yeah,
Kim, I do not know how to do a muscle up.
well, it's not even a muscle
All
up.
the
Just a
way
pull-up.
over.
It's not
Oh
even
yeah, but I know how to do pull-ups.
With when your legs swing and
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
the
kipping
kipping. I know how to do kipping pull-ups. Not
What's that?
many of them
Where
at
the
a
bar
time.
goes?
Where it's-
no,
When you lift yourself, you kind of kip swing
you
and
swing
then
yourself up.
pull yourself up
Oh.
and have your
I think
chin
you're
go
talking about
above the
Oh,
bar.
that's ups.
I think you're talking about the one like a Ninja Warrior. You know, they got the...
They,
Oh, with the bar. Yeah,
Yeah, the bar, and then it's the next bar.
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Oh, that's not me. No, I'm not
No,
there.
not
No.
there.
Mm-mm.
Did you have those in CrossFit?
I know how to do a handstand push-up.
That's
A
pretty sick.
handstand push-up?
On the wall, or you can balance.
Heck no. On the
Okay.
wall.
On the wall.
That's still impressive.
Either way, I mean,
That's still pretty impressive. Okay, that's what's
Yeah.
up. That's
CrossFit's cool. CrossFit's cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
Dave, you look at me to pick people. Yeah, don't stare at the teacher. Because then the teacher picks you. That's how that goes.
Well, let's see. I just got back from Banff, Canada,
Hey,
over there in Alberta. The state of
Banff?
Alberta.
How do you spell that?
B-A-N-F.
I figured.
I don't know if there's 2 S. I think there's 2 S. But anyways, beautiful hiking. We did a lot of driving. I think we did like 40 hours of driving, 20 miles of hiking. Saw Lake Louise, saw Lake Moraine. Went to Jasper National Park as well. A lot of rock climbers go there. Saw the glaciers. Saw the beautiful water. Saw aqua green. It was pretty cool.
I still haven't seen the pictures.
And it was a good family trip. I'll show them to you after this episode. Maybe I'll put a picture up.
some years.
Yeah, I'll put a picture up on the.
would you like to see
podcast.
Dave's pictures yesterday?
But yeah, no, there's some pictures. I felt like they were like National Geographic.
Oh yeah,
I'll,
I saw
That was really sick.
No?
Yeah, I'll probably print out a couple just to put tripping
Yeah.
in my house. But anyways, yeah, that was an awesome trip. Went with my mom, my dad, and my wife. And good family trip, the four of us.
Nice.
We were just missing my brother and his wife. But either way, and also speaking of my brother, I just became an uncle.
Hey,
So
Congrats.
Yeah.
For the first time.
I'm a first time uncle.
That is special.
That's special, yeah. So, yeah, I met my new nephew. His name is Amari. Yeah, he's cute as a button. And yeah, so I'm really happy for my brother and their new baby and yeah, my new nephew. So that's been about me. I went on vacation. It was a great getaway. We were gone for about, we were gone for a solid week. It's about as long as I can stand my family anyway. So,
Golly.
well, you know how it is. I mean, like,
say absence makes the heart.
and that's the case of my family. We all love each other very much. It's just,
Sometimes you need to miss each other.
yeah, we need to miss each other. There's a reason why I don't live with them anymore.
Okay.
I moved out the house at 18, never came back.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but anyways, but that's my story. And I think it leaves you, Myron.
And Wani.
Oh, why?
Yeah, what is it?
Here we go. Hey, don't. I went to work.
Yeah, I just came back from a church retreat. Actually, church ladies retreat. I happened to be one of the few guys that actually went because I'm a musician.
Uh-oh.
A single ladies
A
retreat?
musician.
Not single ladies, just ladies in general.
Fresh meat.
Just ladies, but no, it's out in Sandy.
Oh, girl, he's a preacher too.
It's out in Sandy Cove, Maryland, which is like it's beautiful out there. It's like you're out on the water, did a little kayaking, spent some time in the little jacuzzi they got out there, just chilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jacuzzi time, hey.
Jacuzzi time.
You know, the worshiping, you got unwind.
Yeah.
Whatever happened between you and the jacuzzi and the camera it stays between y'all.
But no, it was a good time. I saw the guy do some really mighty things through the women there. Saw some healing and heard some testimonies, and it was great. Cool.
That's what's up.
Oh, you saw healings. That's amazing.
Came back and changed man. Huh? Still single though, Mike?
Still single.
Alright, cool. But anyways, let's not leave our man Wadi out.
I got nothing.
You don't got nothing? Nothing's been going on with your life? You done this summer?
Nope.
Not one thing.
Nah.
Dang.
I mean, I played tennis. I already said that.
That's true. You said that in
You
the
read
last
that in the
podcast.
last chapter, so.
That's the dream.
I've done other stuff, but nothing all-inspiring. No pun intended.
What's the last good drink you had?
Oh, it was a really good restaurant I went to the other day called Man Chef.
Where's that at?
It's out by Church Valley, Marysville.
Okay.
Don't know if that is.
Marysville, that's my dream
Mary.
place to move.
Really good drinks, really good food. But
Alright, cool. Any drinks in particular though, you know what I'm saying?
no, but I had. If you want to know, if you like to fill some time with the things, I had a drink called a politic or politicking or something. But it's kind of like an old fashioned. But it had some other notes in there. I don't remember the notes, but literally everything so far I've tried on that menu is really good. So.
Mad Chef. Alright, cool.
We're gonna have
Check that
to
out.
take a trip there,
A
guys.
little field trip to Mad Chef. But anyways, alright, cool. So, we've been reading the book Contagious, and today we're going to be discussing chapter 4. But before we dive into that chapter, give you guys a little bit about what Contagious is about, is how things go viral. And so this book is pretty easy read. It's 6 chapters and talks about 6 different elements that go into going viral. And hopefully you can use this material to maybe go viral yourself one day. I mean, shoot, maybe withLove can go viral by being able to incorporate these elements. But today, we're talking about public.
Hey y'all, this is Amber, president of Let Love Rise Foundation Incorporated, and we have officially launched. Check out letloverise.org. If you are a community organization with volunteer needs, go and sign up on our platform to promote all of your volunteer needs. And if you are a volunteer looking for ways to connect to your local community, looking for ways to make a difference, go on letloverise.org to sign up for these volunteer events. I'll see y'all at the next event.
Right, built to show, built to grow. One of the things I love about this book is it always gives you these kind of cool quotes to kind of to leave off on and to think about. So built to show, built to grow. Wadi, can you tell us a little bit more about this chapter?
One framework is built to show, built to grow. The other one is monkey see, monkey do, and a lot of this is based on public visibility and the receiver of that public visibility, their assumption of once they see it, which is, they may be kind of fumbling over, I guess, how the way to say it, but better use, I guess, as an example, is if you walk past a restaurant, you see a restaurant is full, you assume that it's a good restaurant, thus your actions will imitate the others and go into the restaurant, or note it and put that on the to-do list to go check out. So essentially that's what this chapter is about, public visibility. A couple of the nuggets in here. To do that, you know, products that advertise themselves with logos, sounds, like the Macintosh sound. One of the primary examples in here was when Hotmail first came out. At the bottom it said his email is by Hotmail, so it was self-promoting to a degree, or self-visible. And then the really cool part about this chapter, there's this final nugget where I wrote this down to make sure I didn't get this wrong, but messages highlighting people's actions cause more people to imitate those actions for better or for worse. So, for example, if you want somebody not to do something, but yet in your messaging you're showing the action or articulating the action of what you don't want people to do, the likelihood of them doing it is still high, and the percentage that people will do it is still in the positive.
Like don't do drugs?
Yes.
Like there?
Yeah, or like you say, or it's like a lot of people are doing drugs lately, but you shouldn't do it because it's bad for your health. You just said a lot of people are doing drugs lately, so people are like, really?
Let me go ahead and do some drugs.
I feel like Dare made drugs cool.
It highlighted. So it's pretty much putting a...
You wore the cool shirts, the black shirts with the cool...
It was a cool shirt. Actually, I don't know what happened to my old black shirt.
Iconic.
Yeah,
you were
the vice president.
You was a vice president.
I didn't know there was a student council there.
I was like somewhere.
That's part two of how they messed it up.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It didn't make me want to do more drugs, though. I mean, I didn't mean to say do more drugs. It
Let's see.
didn't drugs at all. I meant...
Tell us more.
It did not make me want to do drugs. Being a part of DARE. Yes.
I stopped long ago.
Students Against Drunk Driving. That's what... Sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was a part of. That had a board. For sure. Yes.
That's
Students Against Drunk Driving.
Sad. And there was Mad, because
Mother's Against Drunk. Mad was first, and then Sad came after.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, mine's on the know. All right, so
really, instead of highlighting the bad behavior, you want to highlight the behavior that you want them to do, even if it's like not to do a certain behavior. You just don't want to bring focus into the bad behavior.
Right, telling yourself not to do something makes you want to do it. It's that basic premise.
Let me tell a quick story. Might be a quick, deviate real quick. Not really. Back in middle school, that bad behavior was replicated like crazy. It was like a wildfire.
Mm-hmm.
There were students that were going in their parents' cabinet at home and emptying their whiskey bottles, their parents' whiskey bottles, into Coke bottles and pouring
in middle school.
Half Coke. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
right? I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Wild. And it was a magnet school. Can you imagine?
What?
Yes. It was a creative writing program in it was weird.
They were bringing the alcohol to school?
Yeah, well, they were mixing the whiskey into Coke bottles and pouring Coke on top of it.
I can see getting away with
bringing it to
being drunk
school,
in high
and
school.
these kids will be drunk at school. So all this sad and dare, throw that out the window. And every time they saw a kid doing it and saw a kid being a little weird and off, everybody now wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Now me, did I try it? Absolutely not. And I'm not just saying that because
It's a halo. You don't see it, but it's a halo.
No, I really didn't do it. It didn't make me want to, because all I knew, in my parents' house, they didn't go around just keeping whiskey bottles in cabinets and just drinking every day. So that wasn't accessible to me, and it wasn't something that I was interested in doing. But anyway, when it actually comes to drugs and alcohol, it really does make kids want to do it. At least some kids. It makes them want to do it more.
Make sure to imitate what you see.
Yes. But anyway, slight deviation. Carry on.
No,
Isn't that crazy though?
Well, honestly,
Middle school
Dare,
students.
It's a good example.
Dare, I didn't even know what drugs were until they started talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, I was also very sheltered. I mean, I was going to church every day, and so Myron knows. I was going to church every day. I had no choice but to not be in that world at all.
Right.
I didn't have my first taste of alcohol until college, so
Same here.
yeah, okay. So it wasn't
Yeah.
just me. But anyways, what are some other examples?
That Apple logo on the back of your laptop.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I want to say in the beginning of this chapter they made reference to the Apple logo, and it used to be. Let me see.
Turn it.
Yeah, instead of it facing you, actually when you close it and you look at it, it's upside down. It's not for you to see. It's for,
Yeah, it's for advertising.
Oh.
Observability.
Yes.
Ability.
Observability. Public visibility is what he talks about.
Well, yeah, that also explains the premise of restaurants putting logos on their bags and things of that nature, or shopping. I mean, yeah, that's notorious, right?
Yep.
Right, Amber, you can relate. You're a shopper, right? You go to
Why
the
you
mall.
look at me like I'm just another woman?
Because you
I'm like the only one sitting at this table.
Because you like
and you
Amber.
like Amber. Like that.
Because you like to go shopping.
I actually don't like going shopping.
What? You don't like shopping?
Did you assume, David?
He assumed. I actually don't even like
Well,
shopping.
this is a
What?
great
You
example
don't go?
because a lot of this chapter is based on assumption. Maybe he's seen a lot of women go shopping and assumed.
They turn to push right. Women do be shopping.
All I'm saying is that
I'm
especially
actually
at
not a shopper.
especially though at women retail stores when you go there, right?
Yes.
They give you that big old bag with their name and logo on it, right? So when you go shopping, the picture of you having all those bags in your hand, showing you exactly where you shopped, it wasn't for you but you're broadcasting to everybody where you shopped.
Is it the H&M bag?
But why can't it just be for any store? Why are you saying like a woman's store?
For especially women's shop, Victoria's Secret, I don't know the women's shops. What did women's shop ever? I don't know.
Shane though, for real.
But anyways,
Shane on the online
okay.
store.
To kind of save David a little bit, I think women do make up 70% of the consumer marketplace.
Yeah, typically in a co-ed, is that the right way to say it? A co-ed store?
yeah.
Yeah.
The women's section is typically larger
Yeah.
because there's more
I know it's
women.
larger than the Gap.
Almost any clothing store.
H&M, yeah, okay, it's
Yeah.
larger there too.
Yeah.
Zara.
So I'm not making assumptions here. I mean, this is just based on market proof.
But why are you turning to me?
Because you are the subject of desire
Of the market.
from the market.
It was an assumption, and the assumption was incorrect, but it was based on,
Yeah.
statistics.
That women be shopping.
Statistics.
Most ads are
Women
geared
be
towards women.
shopping.
Like even men's products. Like you think of something like Manscaped, which is a product designed for men.
Mhm.
They specifically advertise it towards women because women will usually get those things for their men.
Good point.
Thank you. Thanks, fellas. Thanks for thinking me out of that one a little bit.
Take your own shovel next time.
Anyways, all right, and then what else? What are some other good examples?
Okay, so one example, which is a hot button item in American culture, specifically American culture, apparently, mass shootings.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have been under a rock by chance, but we are going through an epidemic of mass shootings in our nation. It seems like every other week we're having a mass shooting. But yeah, it seems like every other week we're having one, and it's like in the most populated, most tragic places. What was the latest one? The one in Uvalde in that elementary school.
This is the one in church.
Chicago,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, the one in the church was after the Uvalde?
I don't know.
There's a string back to back.
I lost track as far
Yeah,
as.
the
It's
timeline.
almost desensitizing.
Yeah, it happens so often in the timeline. But so it goes back to the point of like the media is advertising this the way that they do on the media. Is that also creating a cyclical effect where it's like people see it, like we go back to monkey see, monkey do. Now, do people see it, and now are they encouraged to imitate it, become copycats? I know some news outlets like on YouTube and stuff like that. They've gotten to the point where they're like, we're not gonna say the person who committed the mass shooting. We won't put up their picture. We'll just say what happened, and we'll talk about the victims. We'll keep the focus on the victims rather than the perpetrators, so that it doesn't encourage more shootings and stuff like that. And I wonder if regular news like Fox, CNN, like regular news channels, if they adopted that kind of strategy, would that help to curb the influence of it?
Yeah.
So
it's interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting point. I think that a lot of times when it comes to mass shootings and publicizing them, I can only imagine if I was an FBI agent, like part of the psychological profile, and this is not just common for mass shootings, but like serial, what do you call them? Serial murder,
killers,
whatever you call it, killers. They want to be known. They want their name to be out there. They want to be famous for, like Charles Manson wanted to be famous for killing all those people. And so, is there a way? Could that be a way to actually prevent at least decrease the amount of mass shootings going on?
Don't publicize.
I can only imagine you announce the name of a mass shooter,
killer,
and people start looking them up on Facebook and try to figure out who they are, and for some that might be their inspiration.
It's like you see, like some of them, they'll have manifestos written on the internet, but if you don't say who they are, you won't even know where to look for it.
Right.
Yeah, and the social proof of saying that it's increasing, I think, makes people like, oh, other people are doing it, and the people that have, screw loose, are like, now's my time to join the club.
It's almost like become a trending thing to do, which is kind of sad. So,
and there's an example in this chapter I think that's really good that highlights this messaging portion of the chapter. I want to just read it real quick because I think it buttons up this thought process pretty well. So essentially the background is at the state park, Petrified State Park in Arizona. They don't want people to take any of the petrified wood because it ruins the park. So that's the context, and they're trying two different styles of messaging to see which one would have the desired effect where people stop taking the wood. So here goes. One way to highlight what people should be doing is psychologists and psychologists wants to decrease the number of people who steal petrified wood from Arizona's Petrified Forest National Park. So they posted signs around the park that tried different strategies. Okay, one was many past visitors have removed petrified wood from the park, changing the natural state of the petrified forest. By doing so, that actually had a negative effect, and it doubled the number of people taking the wood. They tried a different strategy. Instead of highlighting what people highlighting what people should do was much more effective, and don't highlight the behavior that people shouldn't do. So they changed it to please don't remove the petrified wood from the park in order to preserve the park.
So
and by focusing on that, then they got it reduced the theft, and they got the response.
So what did it say before? It said
so this is the important part. They highlighted what people were doing, even though it was bad behavior that they didn't want done.
No, okay.
Many past visitors have removed petrified wood from the park, and then they went on to say,
don't do it.
Don't do it because it does X, Y, and Z.
But then the second one said,
they never brought attention to
what people were doing.
Yeah, they just said, please don't remove the wood so we can maintain our park.
Interesting.
And it got the results.
Less people do.
Yeah.
So people were following what was bad behavior.
Yeah.
All because they seen that people were actually
whether it's good or hear about it.
Whether it's good or bad.
Well, that goes to my next point, which is another relevant point, and also socially relevant: cancel culture.
Oh yeah.
Does canceling people or ideologies actually bring more attention to it and cause more people to be like? Because there are plenty of things that are cancelable today, but I find that it highlights those things to people who may not even have been aware of them in the first place. So it's like you're bringing attention to something that you don't want people to see anyway, and now they're just like, oh well, why is this thing being canceled? Should I go and do my own research? Like, should I even trust these people's opinion? Let me go and see what it's really about. What's really being canceled here. And I feel like that is kind of backfiring. It becomes, like you said, like you're focusing on the thing that you're trying to cancel rather than canceling it itself.
Right.
Yeah. it highlights it. It brings focus to it. Actually, here's a funny example I just thought of. You're saying that was maybe in the 90s or maybe 80s. When they started putting parental advisory stickers on CDs,
Yes.
and sales increased.
Yeah.
With the CDs that had parental advisory stickers on them.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like now like rappers have to like
Yeah.
put the parental advisory label in order for their album to sell. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like this one's dangerous.
I gotta say one curse word to get this label. But no, yeah, I agree with that. I don't think there is any such thing as bad press, right?
Yeah.
Good or bad things. That's right. So at the end of the day, good or bad, people are still learning about what you're doing, and it makes you at the end of the day want to research what's going on and get more involved. So cancel culture kind of does. I think it does definitely. I agree. It has a reverse effect.
Thank you for joining the Do Everything with Love podcast. If you'd like to continue to take the journey with us, please hit us up at withLove across all streaming platforms. Our music is everywhere, all right? And if you want a physical copy, hit us up at bandcamp.com, and you might even score yourself a signed copy of our album. Thanks.
So there's no such thing as bad press.
Yep.
All right, so let's get into announcements. Amber?
Announcements on my phone here. All right, for the podcast, remember, submit questions about book topics or getting to know one of us, so you can get to know us a little bit deeper.
Ask us questions. We would love to talk about it.
Feel more personality. So right
we
now,
haven't
we're talking
gotten
books.
We haven't got any questions yet, so
please send questions.
yeah, please. We're checking.
Send
We're
us any
waiting for those questions.
We'll definitely answer them according to how leveled they are. Don't get too deep.
Look, you can ask me whatever you want.
Jump right on in, because
Like, no.
Yeah.
But just ask. I'm just joking. Ask whatever you like, okay? Participate in our polls. They are available on Instagram and Patreon, okay?
Or Patreon, we'll see how it goes, but yeah.
And don't forget to follow us at withLove Music and at Let Love Rise, okay?
That's LetLove.Rise.
Hey,
Make that clear.
Okay,
That
LetLove.Rise, or you won't be able to find us, okay? On IG. And then subscribe.
Subscribe to Patreon, that's right.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Patreon. It's just a few bucks a month.
And that next Patreon drop's coming to you soon. Alrighty, well that wraps up episode 2.3. Thank you all for listening and tuning in. Until next time, love God, love people.
Others.
What?
Oh, by the way, let me just say, our motto is very similar to my church's motto. That's why I was
Love
so
God,
excited.
love people, and do everything, everybody,
With love.